Hi and welcome along to my Football Manager save as Arsenal. My name is Mark and I've been playing FM since the FM 19, I should say, since the beta came out. And to some success, I have to say. I've been playing as Arsenal. And I'll take you through, I think it's probably best, being that the game has been released on full, the changes and things that I've done throughout the season. I'll try and give you a quick highlight reel. I guess the first place to start are the transfers and what changes I made at the beginning of the season before a ball was kicked. It looks like quite a lot of ins and outs, but truthfully, it was only Diawara that was a real purchase. These are all transfers that I think have gone. The game has put in, which I like actually. It's a nice feature that they. Whereas before in the game, if they were transfers that happened prior, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it come up. They would just be part of your squad. It's quite nice to see that they've kind of added that in, and I like that. I saw it a little bit when we played Man United in the last video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And it said that they had bought Fred, and I thought, oh, is that something? Maybe it was a predetermined transfer, but it looks like what they're doing now is anything that's happened over the summer, they're including, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, the only transfer that I personally made was Amadou Diawara, which took up more than my transfer budget. I had to sell, didn't have to, but I sold Carl Jenkinson anyway and got some money in for him, and I sold El Neni, or did I was it a transfer? Okay, no, I didn't. So I signed Diawara and had to use some of my wage budget towards the transfer fee that you can do when you do a budget adjustment, and we got Diawara, and the guy has been an absolute beast for us. If I look at just his stats in the league, 22 appearances, only 1 goal and 1 assist, 1 player of the match, and only 6.92, but I can tell you that he's been a lot more influential than that. I can probably show his form. You can see he started off the season really well, and these are all 7s. 8.4 in the game against the North London derby against Tottenham, and bagged himself a goal. He has been brilliant, and it's only through squad rotation, as with all the players, that he hasn't played more. And also a little bit of protection, as well as him. I think he picked up an injury at some point as well, so he's been a really good buy. The only other player that I've signed was in the January transfer window, and it's Simon Asta, who's a right back. With Lichtsteiner getting on, I thought in the January transfer window I'd sold El Neni and Nacho Monreal and got a decent amount of money in. And with Lichtsteiner getting on, I thought, right, it's a good time to buy a right back as a long-term successor to Hector Bellerin. And he's going to take a bit of getting used to, or a bit of training. He's a bit of a fixer-upper, but looking at his potential and looking at his sort of, if you like, base stats that he's started off with as we've signed him, he looks like a good signing, and hopefully he can really push on, and hopefully he can move on. Now, there's one thing I've noticed as part of this new Football Manager game, or the update, I should say, since it's been re-released, and that's that when you train a player for a position that they're not used to now, it still comes up. So an example here, because that's not a very good explanation at all, is that I've had him since I bought him training as a complete wingback in support mode, and the reason I've been doing that is because it didn't look like the option to train him as an attacker, as a complete wingback in attack mode, would work. And that is the position we play at right back, is a complete wingback in attack. Now, previously, what would happen is you would select that and it would just say training position DR. So I'm quite liking the fact that made me lose confidence and made me think, right, well, maybe it's not working, or maybe, it's not selecting the position that I want. So I'm actually really happy that they've kind of made that little update to show that they are still training in that position, and that is where I'm going to be training him, and I'm going to make that change now. Those are the only ends. As I said, I sold El Neni and Nacho Monreal. An offer came in for Monreal that was just too good to turn down. And to get him off the wage bill, to get El Neni off the wage bill, and then to bring in Asta and, like I said, Diawara, 2 good signings, and it's fared us well. I can take you through my schedule. I mean, you can look through the videos as well, because obviously I've been uploading very regularly. But here is how we've been doing, and we're actually top of the league. Now, last time out I showed you Man United. I promised I would show the Ajax first leg, and it's going to be a tricky game because I'm resting a lot of players. I want this league title, so there's a lot of variation, there's a lot of rotation. I've got a lot of big names on the bench that can hopefully save the day if needed, but we are going with a fairly second string squad, I think it's fair to say. So without further ado, I'm going to take you in to the game, or to the match I should say, and yeah, let's do it. The other thing, and I didn't mention this, but I have downloaded the face packs, will be immediately noticeable to anyone who's watched my videos prior to this one. So, and I quite like the face packs. I think they're quite cool. It's interesting what they've done with Asta as well on that face pack, because it's quite clear that is his the game. That is the one that came, his original face pack, if you like. So I'm going to say we've been on a good run lately, so impress me. I have faith in you. Until the midfield, I expect them to control. And are we at home? Yeah, we are at home. So this is really risky, actually. I probably should have fielded a stronger squad. But we'll go with our gut on this one. Daily Blind, of course, once of Man United. And actually, Thomas Vermaelen, welcome back. Hopefully the fans gave him a nice warm welcome. Ten minutes in and very little's happened, but Arsenal get the first highlight. And Koscielny at the back post. Was he fouled? No? Okay, it came off the crossbar. Interesting formation from Ajax to play the 5-3-2. It's not something you see very often in the UK at the moment. Wingbacks went through a little bit of a fashionable phase, but to play 2 up front alongside that, with no man in behind. Go on, Eddie. Eddie's quicker than most of them. Go on, Eddie. Finish. Always hit the beans. And out we come. Okay. So the first highlight's gone to us. We missed it. It's all a learning curve for Eddie. What I like is that we are, in fact, I'm going to switch the play up to be positive, because I feel like we're having a lot more of the ball, and it would be good to just encourage the players on. Welbeck, what a tackle that was. Maitland-Niles filling in. Okay, so I didn't really explain this, but I've got Maitland-Niles at left back because oh, what a finish. Eddie Nketiah, 1-0 Arsenal. Let's see that again. Maitland-Niles winning the ball well in his position that he's unfamiliar with. Nice ball forward, head down, and banger-janger. What a goal, Eddie Nketiah. What a player he's going to be. I need to manage him carefully. I feel like I'm not training him properly because I've got him. He's down on the game as an advanced forward, and I'm trying to get him to be a complete forward. I like all my strikers to be complete forwards, but I just don't think it's sticking to him, and it might be harming his development. So he's had plenty of game time, or enough anyway at this age. Okay, we'll take that. 11 shots to Ajax's 3, 6 shots on target to Ajax's 1. Basically, we're dominating them. Struggle for possession in the opposition's half, and that's probably something to do with the fact that they've got 5 defenders and 3 midfielders. I'm happy with the way things are going. It would be stupid to change anything up. So I'm capable, but I know you're capable of even better. Let's just give them a bit of a push. That hasn't really worked. Tell them I have faith in them to do even better, which is more or less what I said anyway. And all of a sudden that seems to be getting a few good reactions. So, like I was saying before that crazy goal, Kolasinac got injured, and Joel Lopez is... Foolishly, I didn't register him because I wasn't expecting to sell Nacho Monreal. So I've kind of got a shortage at left back. So I'm going to start playing Joel Lopez a bit more in league games and resting Kolasinac. One, for Joel Lopez's development, but also to save him for these European games. And we do have Ainsley Maitland-Niles that we can rely on as well. And this is Nias getting in behind us, and Leno with the save. Is he quick, Leno? Yes, maybe I need to drop my defensive line or play the sweeper keeper in a Come on, Asta. Win that ball back. Stop that cross coming in. He hasn't, has he? Koscielny gets it away, and they pick it up again in midfield. We seem to be losing that. A clearance is going straight to them. Stop that cross coming in. Maitland-Niles. Oh, he was charging it down then. Anyway. So they're going more attacking, are they? 60 minutes. Mkhitaryan always picks up an injury, doesn't he? Always picks up a knock. Charge him down. Oh. Blind turns him. Cross, ball out. Right, Rambo, get on the ball. He plays the ball over the top. Nketiah will beat them there. Classic counter. 2-0. Eddie Nketiah, you beauty. 2 goals for Eddie Nketiah. Going to take Mickey off because again he's picked up a knock. He seems to pick up a knock in every game he plays. We don't have much of a choice, but we're going to put Lacazette on. And it's a bit of a waste to play him there. We're going to play him as a complete forward in support mode for a change. And he seems to prefer that role. What's nice actually is it looks like Eddie has improved. So one of his star ratings has actually gone up, which is great. So it shows that I'm doing something right. Joe Willock's looking tired. What minute are we on? Maybe on about 70 minutes I start doing the resting some of the more tired players. Willock will chase that down. Will he get there? No. Well done, Willock. And he punts the ball forward, and Eddie Nketiah again. If he can square it, he's got what looks to be Lacazette to his right. He's dribbled it really wide, and oh. Asta on the ball, gets tackled, and they clear it away. We missed the tackle there. What's that? Koscielny, and they got a man over. Oh, very lucky. Got a little bit caught there, didn't we? It's the first time I've seen us kind of stretched by them. Okay, so let's make a few changes so that we don't get caught like that. And I'm thinking, who's looking tired? Joe Willock's looking tired, so don't drop the mic. We'll give Mesut Ozil a couple of minutes, seeing as we're on 70 minutes. And we will... I think Eddie deserves the full game. We'll put Diawara on, just to shore it up in midfield, but we will play him in the more defensive role than the box-to-box role. So Ramsey gets more of a full game. Oh, I missed this. We're on 71. Didn't realise we were in the middle of a highlight. It's offside. Okay, well that's surely the end of the highlight. Good, so 72, 73. Mesut with a free kick. Can someone get on the end of this? No. Ramsey with another ball in. They clear it. Diawara will get there. He lays it off to Ozil, who can surely create. Okay, Asta. I don't know what Asta's doing over there. He's our right back. Ramsey. Nice ball. And again, Danny Welbeck. 3-0. And this game should be set in stone. And probably the tie. I feel like we would do well to instruct our crosses to be mainly... I think we've got them on mixed. But I think when we've got like Eddie up front, whose heading ability obviously is quite small, I feel like maybe we should be saying to drill the crosses or low crosses or however they call it, whatever they call it in this game, this version of the game. But when you've got Lacazette, Aubameyang... And we scored quite a few goals at the back post, to be fair, from a right-hand cross. So maybe I'm talking nonsense, and maybe I'm trying to perfect something. I think if it's not broken, I'm not going to try to fix it, because you end up doing more harm than good. It's working at the moment, so this looks like the end of game highlight. Holding will get there. Holding needs a bit more game time as well. I'll probably play Holding a lot more for the remainder of the game. Oh, could we get another? Oh no. Okay. Good. There's not much to take from that apart from the fact that we outplayed them immensely. Well done, lad. A good win. Well done, lads. A good win. Tight calf, 1 to 3 days. I purposefully didn't play him in the match against Huddersfield to rest him. So yeah, he is coming on leaps and bounds. What have I got him training as? Complete forward in attack mode. Very good, Mark. I do think he is more of a spearhead. And that's interesting that he's beginning to get used to being a complete forward, which is great to see. Because previously I think he was struggling. It wasn't... His familiarity, let's say. Let's have a look at his familiarity then. Oh, it is going up. That's amazing. It was in the red, and I was thinking I'm doing something. That's really good to see. I love that. I love that. So Eddie Nketiah's stats then. 11 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist. And again, that doesn't look that amazing, but here you go. Down here probably looks a bit more. I guess we're playing him more in the cup than the league, and there's a lot of substitute appearances. But this probably looks a lot better. 13 appearances and 9 as sub and 10 goals. was going to say he's scored more than that. He scored more than 2, but made only 2 league goals. I think is what that shows. And Henrik Mkhitaryan is injured again, only for 3 days. But it's becoming a bit of a bugbear of mine that every time he puts the top on and comes out on the pitch, he ends up being out for a couple of days. So we've got him training on inside forward support. Can I train him on his strength, or do you think he'll hate that? Let's train him on his strength and see if that does anything. So there we go, another victory for us. So it means that unless something drastically goes wrong, we can probably relax a little bit in the second leg. I will play the Leicester game. I probably won't show the second leg because there doesn't seem to be much point, being that we won so well. Wolves, Fulham. We've got a Liverpool game on the horizon. So maybe I will show the Liverpool game. It's a home game, and I'm just looking. We take a look at the table, because that's how many Premier League games. That'll be 1, 2, 3. So that'll be 4 games down the line. So we will have played 33, and that'll be our 34th game. I think what's probably best is we do the Liverpool game. Being that they battered us last time, it'll probably be a good one to show. So yeah, I will keep you updated. But thanks very much for watching. I hope it was interesting and shows a little bit of insight into my thought process as well, rather than just doing things and this is what we're going to do, explaining my sort of theory behind the thoughts. But I'm really happy with this update on training. It felt like for a while my players weren't benefiting from training, whereas now it feels like they are, and they're actually improving. So I don't know if there's some sort of update that's happened in the background of the game, but it does feel like we're getting like I'm getting there. It was a worry of mine. So yeah, join me again, and thanks very much for watching. We will be back with Liverpool, or I'll be back with Liverpool. See you soon. Bye bye.